Welcome to PUBG Mobile.
Hey everyone, it's Yejin. Starting at Vikendi, old school, back where you used to have to pick up your snowballs. You know what, I'm just going to speed through this really quickly and get us right into what I'm trying to do. Basically, what I'm doing here today is I'm talking about bots. I know there's a lot of discussion about bots in this game, and a lot of people, when they first play, they think, oh, I did so well, I'm so good at this game, and then people say, hey, you didn't really do well, there were a lot of bots in the game. And I've seen people argue about that. You know, I think we all know that the bots thing is real, because even as you keep playing, you run into them. They just act differently than regular players. But they present their own challenges. I kind of think of them as walking crates, and I like getting free goods I didn't expect to be showing up, but also sometimes they give away your position when you're trying to do something because a bot appears out of nowhere. What I started asking myself was, is there any way to know that a bot is going to be a bot before you see the bot and before you see how it acts? And I started to realize playing that there was actually a noise associated with bots. There's a specific noise they make, and I'm going to show you right here. I think this is the first bot noise I encounter in this game. Once I start messing with my gear, listen. That noise. Did you catch it outside? Let's play it again. Sounds like feet coming down on the ground. One more time. Louder. Okay, that noise. There were no footsteps preceding it. It was like someone jumped out of a window or landed on the ground with no parachute noise, just like the weight of a player came down on the ground and then nothing. And then shortly after, footsteps. And a player comes in. Fear Factory. So I kill this player. Is this a bot or a real player? We just started the game. We've been in it for a little more than a minute. And here's what Fear Factory has. An AKM, a level 1 vest, and a bunch of ammo. Where did Fear Factory get the AKM and the ammo? I'm on the far building in this village, and they ran in from the side that has no other buildings. There was a noise, a pause, footsteps, and then a player shows up with gear they shouldn't be able to have yet. That's my idea. That bots just land. They appear. You don't see them appearing. They just basically, when they appear in the map senses their weight, and that's the sound of them landing. Something like that. I mean, obviously I don't know. I don't know what's in the code. But someone had to have written the code for bots to appear. So, well, let's see. I'll show you other instances of me encountering this. And you can decide whether you think I'm crazy or whether you agree that this happens. Now, sound is a huge part of this game, obviously. And here I am going through a crate, some guy I took down, and we hear a plane coming over. Now, right at the end as this plane's leaving, you're going to hear that sound again of feet coming down, and then nothing. You'll have to bear with me. It takes a second to get there, but listen for it. There. Feet in the road. Again. That's feet in the road behind me. So I get up and look. And what do I discover? There's just a person standing in the road. They weren't running. We heard a footstep, but we didn't hear the footsteps coming out into the road. That player just appeared, and they didn't move. This is where I decided they were dropping down. So, that's got to be a bot. Either that, or there's a point where you go from hearing no sound to some sound. Also, look at this. We're this far into the game, and this person has a, not a very good loadout. They did have some stuff, but it didn't seem great for that distance. And that's going to come up again. So this one, I don't know if you heard very well. There was a footstep sound, and then it started running pretty quickly. This could be a player. I wasn't even sure. But it seemed to have bot tendencies, and I did hear a noise. When I was playing, I thought, oh, here comes a bot, before I even heard the footsteps. So let's find out. Was it a bot? Okay. We're 5 minutes into the game, and this player in a town has 2 Thompsons? I mean, and basically nothing else? I don't think so. So here I'm looting. Listen for the sound. There it is. Wait, someone was just running up the beach? They just made that sound and they were running up the beach? 5 minutes into the game? And they're just out on the beach? What do they got? 5 minutes into the game, this doesn't seem like a very good loot selection. Especially when you've got that whole end of the town to be looting. Now this one's hard to hear, but you'll hear it while I'm in here making other noise. There it is. It was right in there with other noises, but it was there. So I think, oh, I got to run outside and see what's going on with this player or this bot. And there's the footsteps that always come after. And then looking in a window. Listen, that wasn't terribly bot-like behavior, but the sounds were the same. Once again, we're almost 3.5 minutes in, and this person has not good loot. Single gun. Some other random garbage. This feels like a bot, but, you know, and I'm assuming I'm right because of the sound. Now we're going to hear it again here. There it is. The sound of the dropping, and then the running. Well, we see a player's coming. Gonna come right in this room, I guess. Alright, this is like 3rd circle in this game, and this person has a scar. Were they doing a scar-only challenge? Like, that makes no sense. It had the sound, it acted like a bot, there's nothing good in its bag, in its crate. I'm feeling like my idea is correct. This one, I think you heard it, that was the sound of footsteps, of a drop-in footstep starting on wood, then a pause, and then running on wood, and we're in a room with wood floors. Now, I believe that Pro Snow was a bot, and then what we were hearing was that bot appearing inside this building with me. And I think they basically land, get their bearings, and start moving. So, that's essentially it. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with these crates here. I didn't get any good info, but here I am outside, a little later. Planes are flying over. There's a lot of noises. I'm trying to get a sense of the game. This is still kind of early on when I was playing the game, but I'm realizing that noise is everything. You play with headphones, and you need to be aware of all the noises. And through trying to learn that, I decided that I could become aware of what was going on with bots ahead of time. I'd hear them drop. Now, some of you might say you don't agree with that. Some of you may already be convinced. What I've done is I've made 2 more videos. This video to set up the premise. My next video basically shoots some holes in it. There are some problems with what I've presented that I discovered as I went through. Sometimes when I thought I was right and I wasn't. Some other things that surprised me, where I misjudged behavior or I was just surprised. And I don't know. I honestly, for a little while, I didn't know if I was on the right track with this. But, as the 3rd video will show, I think I am on the right track with this. In fact, I think I pretty definitively proved my point in the 3rd video with some new information. And I think you'll believe me, but it probably helps to see all the info. Now, this is not a bot. That's what happens with a real player. You can see the difference. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what you think. I definitely appreciate any feedback that you've got, and I hope you'll check out my other videos and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.